Exposing the dirty little secrets behind Milwaukee's most controversial dating service.
Just a few months ago, our hidden cameras captured the deceptive high-pressure sales pitches of Great Expectations dating service.
That story fueling a statewide investigation. Tonight, former employees tell Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson why they lied to get your money.
Eric, sit down. We're not done yet.
I apologize.
You don't even have your driver's license. Sit down.
It takes a strong will to walk away.
If it is rude to stand up and walk out on a girl, please sit down.
But the alternative carries a hefty price tag.
About $3,000.
$3,000 plus dollars.
$3,190.
$5,000.
$5,400.
$5,464.
$5,909.
These are just some of the single men and women who tell us Great Expectations suckered them into signing away a small fortune.
I have never seen such smooth talkers.
I couldn't tell my parents for like 2 months because I felt so stupid.
We caught the high-pressure pitch on hidden camera last fall.
Just buck up, because you need to change what you're doing.
It was like being in the interrogation room. I didn't commit this crime. All I want to do is just leave. I just want to leave.
That prompted others to come forward.
That was me. Just a few months back, that was me. That's what I went through.
It's just a lot of empty promises.
I was vulnerable.
Elizabeth was married for 22 years.
It was what everybody dreams of.
Until her husband died of brain cancer.
I still was wishing that I could have the kind of love that I had for so long.
10 years later, she's finally dipping her toe back in the dating pool.
I drove from the east side to Mayfair Road thinking, if it's more than $200, I ain't doing it. And
You
then,
had that in your mind on the way in?
Yes, I did.
And you walked out spending almost $6,000?
Yes, I did.
Few people understand why she did it better than Jennifer Deneau.
We had people who threw up in the parking lot.
Until last summer, Jennifer supervised the telephone recruiting team known internally as the harassers.
Say anything possible to get them in the door.
Even if it isn't entirely true.
I have bills just like everybody else. And how am I going to pay them if I lose this job? You know, so now you start fighting with your conscience. You know what you're saying is a lie over the phone.
Things like,
There's, thousands of women to choose from, which, big lie.
We counted only 414 active members in the Milwaukee area.
They use every sleazy tactic possible.
This is another former telephone recruiter we'll call Amy.
I just think it's a shady place.
Amy says she was not allowed to reveal how much the dating service costs over the phone.
What I was trained to say is, you know what, that's something that the consultants go over with you when you sit down and talk to them.
But she was required to insist that you bring along a credit card.
So we know that there's no Mr. or Mrs. on the account.
At least that's what they tell you it's for.
That is an out and outright lie. The reason they wanted financial ID was they wanted to know they had the money to do this.
Did you want to put it on this card that you showed us, or did you want to put it on a different card?
So do you want to put on the card you showed me or a different one?
It's to give the salesperson a psychological advantage.
Exactly.
And that's just the beginning.
Sit back and relax.
While you watch an introductory video, they say Great Expectations checks your credit and ranks you 1 to 3.
3s are broke. Don't even waste your time.
Number ones are people that are like doctors, that are lawyers.
Their sales pitch is different based on your ability to pay.
Oh, absolutely. They spend way more time working on the people who are number ones.
Sit down.
They absolutely will not let them out the door.
Sit down. We're not done yet.
Of course they tell you it's not about the money.
This is just my job. I'd be here anyway.
I get paid regardless of whether you join or not.
Right.
That's just my job, you know?
Even that, it seems.
It's complete and total lie.
They were paid on straight commission.
Straight commission.
Straight commission.
Both former employees say the culture of deception is crafted by the center's charismatic director, Kristen Connor.
Connor, that's one who cons.
This is actually a private membership.
We first approached Connor in November.
I'm not keeping you against your will.
Well, I don't have my driver's license. I can't leave without it, like you said.
Sit down.
I mean, I'm not a gigantic girl. I'm not that intimidating.
We used to joke about that behind the scenes because people would tell her straight to her face, "You're very intimidating." And she would come to me and say, "Look at me. Do I look intimidating?" and laugh.
For those who signed away their savings, it's no laughing matter.
I was dizzy. I said, I feel like I got hit by a truck. I got in my car and just cried and cried. I couldn't drive.
Do you ever feel guilty?
Absolutely. I feel horrible for these people.
And that's why Jennifer says she agreed to help the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, which is conducting its own investigation of Great Expectations.
What do you guys want to see done?
Them out of business.
Shut down.
Absolutely. But taking advantage of people like us.
For now, they just want to warn you not to make the same mistake they did.
I think they're crooked, they're a con job, they're a scam. They shouldn't exist, it should be illegal, but I know that I signed it out of my vulnerability. And that's what makes it so humiliating.
Brian Polson, Fox 6 Investigators.
And the investigators made repeated attempts by telephone, fax, and email to reach Great Expectations for a response. Earlier this week, the company did fax us a statement that reads in part, "We have found your prior stories about our company are neither fair nor balanced, and for that reason, we decline to provide an on-camera or recorded interview. We follow standard sales practices in the industry. We do not make cold calls, and we fully abide by Wisconsin laws in accordance with the membership agreement." It is worth pointing out that we supplied Great Expectations with a list of specific allegations made by the former employees. The company's statement does not address any of them.